Hello, Internet, and welcome to Game Exchange, the first cross-cultural gaming YouTube show with the derivative name. Shout out to the Gajin Goom.
Cross
You
culture.
know, you're, you know, ethnic, and I'm, a different kind of ethnic. It's very progressive, this show.
I mean, everyone has an ethnicity.
White people don't have ethnicities.
What am I? Am
Well,
I
not
not?
white.
I mean, I feel like we should change the cover art. We look pretty pale.
Well, YouTube doesn't have to know that. Anyway, as per tradition here, we're going to be talking about the news, a little gaming news. But, and looking outside, man, fuck the news, man. Fuck the news, dude. It's just saying,
What?
you got these melty boys outside, dude, and they're fucking running amok. They're wreaking havoc, moving like a supervillain. And the best we can do is call them a name.
Get out
them.
of my city.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying, I saw a show on the CW back when I was a wee lad, and he wouldn't just say "get out of my city," okay? If you catch my drift. I look outside. Our heroes are dead. Everybody's too sick to do anything, which brings us to our game exchange today. We've got Jedi Fallen Order and Hollow Knight. Two arguably two Souls-likes, depending on who you ask. But I just want to ask you, when we first started Game Exchange, this was a very early exchange. Why did you choose Fallen Order?
Well, yeah, I like Star Wars, and I think Jedi Fallen Order is like a good, encapsulation of like the universe and exploring it during the period between the prequels and the original trilogy, which is like when everything was set.
Yeah.
But it's really cool because I get to point at the screen and be Leonardo DiCaprio, and that one movie.
Yeah,
Hollywood.
you get to you recognize all the references and the cameos. Man. Sometimes the cameo is does that guy have a lightsaber? Whoa, that guy has a lightsaber. It's like a random guy. Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't even know if those are cameos because I think they're like. I guess one of them is a pre-existing character, which is I think the 9th sister or 7th. I think. 7th.
Yeah. Yeah. I should probably look up the sisters, huh? But yeah,
the Inquisition. The Inquisitors are pretty cool. I guess. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just like a solid story. I think the exploration is really fun. I don't know if it's like unique. I guess it's it's one of those games that does a lot of things, but it does them good enough.
Yeah. I can say similar things for my game, Hollow Knight. But in contrast, I believe the things Hollow Knight sets out to do, it does really well. And the things it doesn't care about, it almost doesn't bother with at all. It's a strength of game design. Probably one of Kickstarter's best products ever. One of the best games ever as well, and in my opinion. But yeah, speaking of the story, so in Fallen Order, you start off as Cal, this orange-haired kid, who, after you've seen Shameless, I really cannot look at him the same way.
I've only seen him in Gotham. So you're always talking about Mayo butt.
Yeah, it's strange, man. And I only knew that because I'd jumped into the end of Shameless, but recently I started watching the beginning. He's 13 and in a sexual relationship with his boss. Who let them cook, man? What the hell are they doing over there?
Man, but zero shame. Zero shame. It's disgusting.
Really gross. But yeah, he's a miner, and but not like how he is in Shameless. He's a
He's a
miner slash
scrapper.
scavenger type thing. Yeah, he's got a buddy.
A scrap.
He's got a chubby buddy, and
Yeah. What's his
yeah,
name?
they're looking for Jedi, and somehow they find him. Probably he helps someone, I guess. Probably. And yeah, he just has to go on the run. They spoilers for both games. They shoot his little buddy, and yeah, I don't know. Just kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
R.I.P. his little
The
buddy.
most dead best friend to ever have.
You know, they fridged him. There's no other way to put it. It's really sucks.
And
But
you know, he kind of was he was giving he was giving diverse vibes.
yeah.
I think that's why they did it.
Yeah, he was like an alien, bro. You're only allowed to have one alien.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
got
he
Grease.
counts as a person of color. He's yellow.
They got Grease, and that's it.
Yeah, Grease is gray. I don't know if that counts as much, but
He's got four arms.
if you were to describe the story of Hollow Knight from the beginning, what would you say? Like when you first load up the game?
Oh, Hollow Knight. I think So first of all, I think it's like a metaphor. No, okay, never mind.
Okay,
But
first of all,
you
start
climb
where
out
you
of the
start.
rocks. You climb out of the rocks.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, what are all these signs on the walls telling me how to play the game? Who wrote these? And like you're kind of trying to figure out like who's
It's
writing.
all like higher beings. These words are for you alone.
Yeah, it's like who's speaking to me from beyond? Like what are these forces trying to make me do?
Who are higher beings?
I recognize myself as a pawn, but what game are we playing?
A pawn. Yeah, I don't know. Looking at the story of Hollow Knight like chess, I mean, it's at the point you get to it. At the point you get to it, it's like the Radiance has already flipped the table over. And as I said again, spoilers for both games. Yeah, I think you got it pretty spot on. You crawl out of the rocks, you find a town, and the one guy in town is like, don't go down there, man, unless you're looking for riches or an adventure. Who would ever want something like that? And then you jump in the hole, and the game happens. Yeah, both of these games, their story is very buggy, just full of bugs. Yeah, and Hollow Knight's because everyone is a bug. But in Jedi Fallen Order, it's very easy to sequence break somewhat. In the early stages, right after you meet Seer and she rescues you, she takes you to Bogano, the first planet, and it's kind of where the game opens up, which is good and bad because if you're trying to explore everything before you reach the story area, you can hear about this Jedi, Endo Cordova, before he's mentioned in plot, and your companion that you're supposed to get, what's his name? Freaking
BD1.
Is BB1? BD1, okay. And but yeah, you can sequence break it so you get upgrades for him before he's on your shoulder, and a weird animation plays, and
he watched a Joseph Anderson video. Now he thinks
no, this happened to me as well. And that's why I say it's common, because then I saw it again in a Joseph Anderson video. I was like, oh well, that's great. Luckily, it's not a major glitch. It doesn't, corrupt your file or anything. You can just go to the story area and continue as normal. But yeah, I didn't find it as hilarious as Joseph Anderson did. He was really cackling about that. But he didn't really break the game that bad. So, broke it worse than me.
There are lots of insects and arachnids in Jedi Fallen Order.
I remember more frogs, especially on Bogano. Yeah,
Oh
they
yeah,
they
well yeah,
they have like rats and stuff like that.
dogs.
Yeah, yeah. In Hollow Knight, it's just really bugs. I mean, it's all kinds of bugs. You got laser bugs. You got bugs that look like frogs. You got bugs that look like jellyfish. Maybe those are jellyfish. Who knows? I mean, I don't. Are jellyfish? No, they're definitely not bugs. But I don't know. It's just that was a Metroid reference. But yeah, I mean, there are other points in the story where you can kind of lightly sequence break, but like it's only just stuff like you're getting information before you're supposed to know it. Nothing major. But yeah, Hollow Knight kind of drops you um, into the world and expects you to get beat the first boss and then get the first upgrade, your first spell. But yeah, in Fallen Order, it's a similar setup where you have to go get the wall run. I don't know.
Hmm.
Anyway, these games are pretty similar. You've got the Metroidvania style that Hollow Knight is using. Just pure, no hand holding. Explore 'em up action. Man, you're walking around for the first couple hours of the game for a long time, and it's very, dreary, and empty feeling, and it can be really easy to get lost. With Fallen Order, in order to break the game as I did, you have to actively ignore the signpostings. But yeah, after you do the first cutscene and escape, um, it opens up quite a bit, and you get to choose what planet you go to.
Yeah, you can choose between Zepho and Dathomir. Dathomir is a kind of a hard planet, and you can't really do much. You can't really progress the story, but there are you can unlock the double bladed
The double
lightsaber
saber, yeah.
early-ish. Compared to you can't get it on Zepho. You can get it on Bogano, but I think only after you've done stuff on Zepho. So yeah, Dathomir would be the fastest way to get it, which is fitting because the
Right.
first time we see a double bladed lightsaber
It's
in
Dathomirian.
Star Wars movie, as a Zabrak, I guess.
A Zabrak.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess I don't.
Why they
Actually, I don't
call
know
it
how.
that? Are they from like somewhere else and they moved to Dathomir?
I think they might be like slaves, the Night Sisters,
Yeah.
that they kidnapped from a different planet.
Why they do that? Why'd they do that?
Oh wait, no, they're native. They're native to Dathomir. They're native to Dathomir. Oh wait, no, Dathomir is a colony. They're native to Iridonia.
Iridonia. Damn.
Oh
I
wait,
love
no,
how
they're
all
I don't know.
Dathomiri, or I guess what do you call them? Zabdoc. They all
Yeah, Zabrak.
they all have super on the nose names. Like,
But Darth Maul might not even be one. He might be a Dathomirian. That might be a different thing. That just looks
Right.
like Zabraks.
I don't even know, man.
Maul
You know,
species.
they're just too many species, man. Same thing to me. I mean, isn't like the proper like, wouldn't everything in Star Wars that could have babies with each other be technically the same species? Like if your kids can have kids,
He's a
isn't
Zabrak.
that like pretty sure
Hmm.
like
Yeah, maybe. I guess then race.
yeah, I mean yeah, they give their kids names like Savage Press. That's not his Darksider name. That's just his name.
Yeah,
And then
Maul.
Maul. That was just his name.
Knife
He
kill.
didn't change it. Knife kill.
Yeah.
Nice. They're looking at your baby boy like, I want him to have a good life. It all starts here. Knife kill. Just taser face all over again, man. What were they doing, man?
Mace, but not like that Mace. Different Mace.
Hmm. Yeah. The gameplay loop, Fallen Order does open up pretty quickly. I mean, you've got the block and the parry and the it's a very animation-based fighting style in this game, which goes back to the Souls-like influence, which does tie into the Metroidvania stuff because these games are designed to like let you go not anywhere, but give you options on where to go and where to progress.
At least,
So,
the illusion of that in Fallen Order's case.
I mean, in Hollow Knight, it's the illusion of that too. I mean, there's one great video showing like the map of Hollow Knight and how it opens up, and you really can only go to Green Path first, and then once you go to Green Path, you really have to get the Mantis Claw. Then the game opens up, which is kind of a good decision, I think, because it gets you used to the game before letting you get trapped in Deep Nest or, go to the Kingdom's Edge, which you can do fairly early on in the game. Yeah, just a little natural tutorial there. You know. But there's a lot you can avoid. Like, you don't actually have to fight the Mantis Lords in order to beat the game. Because you could just get the claw and leave. But, I don't know. Yeah, in Fallen Order, you're meant to go to Zepho and help out these Wookiee guys, and
Nope.
no,
You gotta go to Zepho to unlock some
like an upgrade, like push and pull, right?
force powers.
You
gotta get force push.
The whole setup. Our lead character Cal, his main power is that he
forgot.
He forgot, but he can remember really well. He can even remember your memories. Kind of freaky, man. Mind your own business, bro. But it's interesting. It's a
psychokinesis.
It's a cool setup for exploring and like collectibles and stuff like that.
Psychometry.
Psychometry?
Well, wait. I'm trying to remember like what the game calls it, or I guess what Star Wars calls it. Wow, I'm good. Psychometry. Okay.
Psychometry.
That's what that force power's called.
It's force member.
Yeah, he force membered it.
Yeah, it's like he was there too, man. He's basically Tomater with a lightsaber. Pretty cool guy. Overall, Seer's just all right. Yeah, she's just okay. She becomes cooler in the second game, but she gets less time. You got your comic relief Grease. He's greasing up the ship.
He's greasy money.
Greasy money, man. But yeah, I mean, for me, the gameplay loop of like the exploration and the story went pretty well together in Fallen Order. In terms of gameplay, there's some stylistic choices I don't enjoy. Like they add the survivor mode in the second game, which is how I kind of feel normal enemies should be like. Because if you cut a guy with a lightsaber, like you have to whack at some of these guys. They've got a health bar. It's like, okay, am I using his stick? Is he dulling his lightsaber with the Force? Why? I don't know. Why is it taking so long?
He's pulling stabs.
I can understand. I can understand with some of the animals. They've got like a tough hide, but like if I'm fighting like a stormtrooper, they should be able to block their own lasers. But I don't know. I don't know how you would change that, since it's like a AAA, compromise between Dark Souls and an action adventure. So you kind of have to let the players button mash.
I mean, they have to. Yeah, it's tough, I guess. Yeah, because in order to really, it's hard to perform combos on multiple enemies in the first game. I think. Like you kind of attack them one at a time, at least in my experience. I mean, I guess not necessarily like with the force powers you can switch it up. I guess I never got quite good with using the lightsaber force powers. depletes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
In Fallen Order, there's much less force than there is. Even after collecting all the
Yeah.
upgrades, Survivor is like
Yeah.
multiplies your force by 10 or whatever.
Hmm.
Probably not.
Interesting.
Probably not that much. But
Yeah,
it,
Force and Soul work pretty similarly in these two games. I think one of the better parts of Hollow Knight is its ludonarrative cohesion. You're like you're this mysterious bug guy, and you're literally with every attack you make, you're eating the soul of whoever you're fighting. Or you're drinking it, I guess, through your eye holes. You don't have a mouth. Um, and yeah, your nail, it starts out dull, and you're just basically, yeah, man, you make your way through the world. First character that is important that you encounter, I mean, is Zoe, which you have to save. But then after that, then you fight Hornet, and that's when you get the dash, which is before the Mantis Claw. I mean, damn it. But it's just like, yeah. I remember you get soul from both blocking and, attacking. Uh, but I meant focus. Jeez. Yeah, you get focus from both blocking and attacking, which kind of works. But if you're fighting like an enemy who you have to dodge a lot, you can find yourself low on focus. Um, Another big distinction is that you have a separate health resource like an Estus flask. You get tossed a stim pack. So instead of being able to have infinite sustain, if you're fighting carefully enough, you have to, really ration those out, checkpoint to checkpoint, or bonfire to bonfire.
yeah, I mean, yeah, talking about ludonarrative cohesion, I think Fallen Order fails at that.
Why?
Well, just the whole that meditation and their enemies respawn thing, I think
Yeah, it's weird.
is I mean, I get it, like as for gameplay purposes, but I don't know. Maybe if there was like a voice line, like, oh, they called reinforcements.
Yeah, if there were anything, yeah, I mean, at a certain point, you don't think too hard about it, but yeah, but also like once you get to late game, you can like skip a lot of checkpoints if you're just running through an area.
Oh yeah, the shortcuts are really fun
Mm.
in Fallen Order. I think
Yeah, these games have like all the same stuff. It's got
you
like
can just like rush through the
shortcuts.
map in like 30
Yeah,
seconds.
like especially on a Zepho, once you fully complete that, it like works like a loop, and you like run through the whole thing in like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, I mean on Zepho, honestly, like you unlock that underground area and the elevators, and that
Mm.
sort of just, I mean,
Yeah,
takes you all over the shop.
while I have a really good grasp of the Hollow Knight map and its shortcuts, like just breakable walls everywhere, scattered. I mean, just the psychosis it induces, just hitting every wall. I mean, you can get good at seeing like the cracks, but man, I'm not. So I just slam my face into every wall. But in Fallen Order, it's like since it's 3D and sometimes you're just running. You're in the story and you complete a task, say on Zepho, and you get a shortcut and you go up an elevator or something and you're at the beginning of the area when you're like, I swear I was just running north. Now I'm underneath where I started. So I don't really have the same grasp of the map. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. I'm sure, if they cheated a little bit, that's fine. They cheated in Hollow Knight, but
I mean,
yeah, I don't
they
know.
show you the 3D map, like,
Yeah, they do. They do.
you can see, and like I'm sure there's probably a way to still cheat it. I mean, it's definitely like with the elevators, like loading a different place. I mean, I guess you can also slide down,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Like, do you think those sliding bits are hiding loading screens? Like, I know the slipping through walls and elevators are hiding loading screens.
Yeah.
But the sliding bits are a bit more gameplay.
Yeah,
So
I think probably. but because they take so long. The gameplay, you just have to like jump once or twice a lot of the time.
But yeah, it's
There's
like
like
where we
one or
fall the
two
most.
sequences where you have to fight while you're falling or slipping or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, just pull out the double-bladed lightsaber and just block everything.
Yeah, and they can't touch you. How did you feel about the secrets and rewards in Fallen Order? Do you think a lot of them were worth it for how long it takes you to find them?
For me, I would say yes, because I'm interested in the lore, even like the side stories. I like how dark a lot of them are. I mean, not like, I guess it's just a dark period in time, but it's like, everybody's just
dead.
like,
all our heroes
they're either succumbing to their own hubris or just dying as a result of tragedy. A tragedy of, I guess, fascism. Or I guess Order 66 really I'm thinking of like the big crashed Venator on Zepho. I think that exploring that was really cool, and unlocking like a single like health upgrade is a lot more that I feel like than in Hollow Knight unlocking the soul capsules, because it's nice to have that like extra storage for the soul. But just because of how sustainable the soul you already have is, like it's not that big of an upgrade. Whereas in Jedi Fallen Order, that's like 2 extra minutes of health bar you get to be down.
I remember being a lot more excited for the focus meter upgrades because you get so
right,
low when it runs out so fast. So those were pretty strong. But and also, this game does also have a charm system, I believe, right? Or at least perks, something like that. It definitely has a skill tree.
Yeah, it has a skill tree. I think it doesn't have perks until Jedi Survivor.
Right. So the skill tree. But anyway, the secrets are pretty solid. And as far as the health goes, though, it's like I'm kind of torn. Like, the upgrades do feel a lot more impactful, and you're very excited to get them. But I don't know if I love how the health works. I know it's like in comparison to Hollow Knight, because it's like a Dark Souls more type of thing where you have like 3. It's like a limited resource, and you're trying to ration it. But if you're like struggling with a fight, it can turn it into trial and error quicker. Because you don't really have that chance to just slow down and like look at the boss. I mean, you still can, but you're gonna run out of health. Like you will run out of health.
Maybe in Jedi 3, he unlocks the Grogu Force Heal.
He should unlock Lifesteal as a part of his dark side powers, turn into Wolverine.
Lifesteal.
Start drinking their blood.
Wolverine?
Oh, like in Rivals, he's got Lifesteal.
Oh, okay. It's like, man, they, has Guang picked up a comic ever?
Well, it's when he's working with Phoenix, man. Man, he's just the first one that comes to mind. I guess I could have said Blade, but, I think the secrets in Hollow Knight are really, really strong, and honestly, like a lot of the game, like you don't really have any direction. The game never really tells you what your end goal is. I mean, you find the final boss arena pretty early on. If you just head to the first area and you go right, you'll find it along with a plot important character, Quirrell. Shout out Quirrell, bro. Just choking up a little bit there, but
he's the guy who makes the map.
No. Quirrell
that's Copernicus.
That's Cornifer makes the map, and Quirrell is he's the bug that helps you with the jellyfish fight.
You lost me.
What do you mean? How could you forget him?
I don't know, because I've been playing this game for 2 years. The difference between Jedi Fallen Order and Hollow Knight is that, like, I played Jedi Fallen Order, like, I 100%ed Jedi Fallen Order multiple times in 1 year, and, like, I haven't 100%ed Hollow Knight. I guess I 2%ed it, but I haven't done everything in it, and I probably won't. At least not this year.
I
Um,
mean, yeah,
be-
yeah,
yeah, it's been like two
there's secrets
years, 3
everywhere,
years
man.
maybe.
Team Cherry really, one thing I love about them is that they're really not concerned with everybody seeing all that they put into the game. Like, they painstakingly worked on this, made it beautiful and fun and engaging. And, man, there are entire bosses, entire areas that people would miss. Luckily, we live in an interconnected world. So, you'll probably hear about it eventually. But, man, the Hive, I feel like you never would have found it if
I
if
definitely
I
wouldn't
didn't point
have,
you if I didn't point you in that direction. I mean, Silk Song is like that. It's almost got that problem, but worse. You
because
know,
I never used that
um,
tunnel because of the fast travel. I like never go through there because Hollow
hmm.
Knight has fast travel. You can't miss shortcuts in Fallen Order because you're going to be passing by a lot,
Yeah, I
a lot of
mean, you're gonna want
backtracking.
the shortcuts. The shortcuts really are the best form of fast travel. And I mean, you have the ship, which
I
kind
mean,
of
yeah,
functions more
that's
as a fast travel in this
it's
game
just change
more than
hub.
it does in Survivor.
I guess. I mean, I don't even know if it counts.
Hmm.
It's like a. It's more like an in between of all the locations. Like really,
Yeah.
like you go
Hmm.
there because you have to go. It's just in the center if it's a geographic location. But
Yeah.
but the illusion that you're flying to a different planet. It's cool. I mean,
Yeah, you get to
obvious.
talk to Grease
Yeah, he's like,
because
hey,
he's
grab some
famously a
seed.
yellow belly. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't want to go out there, especially at Dathomir. You know, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, the fast travel system in Hollow Knight, it gives you two forms of fast travel, very generous, and then a teleport late game for those
Mm-hmm.
difficult runbacks. It's like they thought of everything, really. Honestly, I mean, everything that you would need in a game like this, you know, you'll get it eventually. And one of um, one of people's big complaints with the game is, or only complaints, is that you don't get it fast enough. The pacing in this game can be really slow, especially since nobody's guiding you, and in some cases the game can push you away from upgrades that may help. Um, you know, yeah, and I mean that only really happens in one area, and I'm not sure what triggers it. I'm pretty sure you have to get Mantis Claw before Quirrell tells you to go to City of Tears before fighting the Mantis Lords. That's just to get your nail upgraded, and then you can come back and. But
Yes, yes, of course.
of course. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I remember in Fallen Order, like, the progression kind of bugged me a bit, but it's just like, yeah, I feel like I always wanted a movement upgrade, and sometimes you get a force upgrade, and that helps you move through the areas, but I was kind of
Mm,
expecting a bit more, because I love Respawn's work. I'm a huge fan of Titanfall 2. It's another game we'll talk about later, and
right.
actually probably in the next game. But man, I love the movement system in that. You just feel so free, so fast. You've got double jump. You got a wall jump. You get in the
Yeah,
giant Titan, jump
it's
off
more
of him. He could
fluid,
bow you. Yeah, it's super
less
fluid, and
rigid
yeah, it's
than
super.
Fallen Order.
Yeah, it's super rigid because you're meant to do certain things and in certain spots, and like they won't even let you wall jump on or wall run on most walls.
It's very
Only
similar to
like
like late Lego games, like
uh,
post Lego Batman 2, like
okay,
parkour mechanics. It's like
yeah,
go approach the prompt and then you'll do the parkour.
yeah. It's super rigid. I think combat could have been improved a lot if they didn't make it that way, because like you're supposed to be running around and dodging all these attacks and like parrying. Sometimes you can't parry. Sometimes you're in a tight space and it's like, okay, all I have is jump, double jump, dodge, and block. And you should have a wall jump. You should have like you should be able to wall vault over somebody, poke their head, and hit him with a force blast, which, Hollow
Yeah,
Knight does have that.
I don't think it's impossible to make like a map that like restricts the player enough to so that they're not like going to sequence breaking areas, but also is open enough that like the player feels like they can go like anywhere that they should be able to.
I think maybe what they should have done is had
And then
wall jump be a later unlock.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
by that point,
like,
you've already seen all those areas, so it doesn't matter if you're jumping over the maps in like single bounds. I mean, obviously that's not.
Yeah, it'd be like.
But that is a Jedi. That's a thing Jedi's can do. They could fucking do Hulk jumps. They do that in the Rise of Skywalker, apropos of nothing. Just start fucking force jumping over the ocean.
I mean, don't they do that in the prequels though? It's like a prequel era thing.
Yeah, but like they jump like higher. It's like weirdly high. Like. I mean, like
I still haven't seen that movie, so
yeah, it's the action's pretty, like it's a good looking movie, plot aside.
Yeah, somehow Palpatine returned. So yeah, I guess we can
it's canon. They've released multiple animated shows trying to showing look it's canon. Okay, I guess Mandalorian isn't animated, but it should be.
Why? I mean, they could have just had him come from back in time or something. I don't know. Walk through a time portal.
Back in time. I feel like that'd be worse.
Walk through a time portal. I mean, would it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's all nonsense. Anyway, speaking of antagonists, I reckon we should talk about some boss fights.
I mean, Force-sensitive clones is a thing from Legends. That's.
I'm aware.
People like Legends. So
the boss fights in Hollow Knight are, pretty great. I mean, I'm having trouble thinking. There are a few bosses that are a little annoying, a little, simple, but even still, they're like pretty early on in the game, or they smack you super hard. Like one of my favorite fights is super simple. The Crystal Guardian and the Enraged Guardian. It's just they like look like Syndrome. They just point really hard and they shoot a fat laser at you. And then they jump, and that's all they do. But it's a cool fight, man. The guy he's really pissed off. He keeps screaming. Yeah, I mean,
relatable.
Yeah, I know, right? He got woken up from his nap. He didn't need to do that. At a similar point in the game, there's Soul Master, who also I really liked him and his harder version, the Soul Tyrant.
Those aren't the same. Okay.
No. One's a dream boss, and the Soul Tyrant is a really good fight. I think it does a good job of testing all of your abilities, even though you don't technically need all of them. If you use all of them.
That was a tough one. I was stuck on that one like forever.
Yeah. Any other bosses give you trouble? Just off the top of your head.
Probably a lot more than I can remember. There's some that I did very easily. I mean, I don't know. I guess. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm sure some of the Fuck. Yeah. The Radiance.
Yeah, it's like the very end. You were stuck on the Radiance for like a good year and a half.
Yeah, it's just like it's just the boss rushiness of it. I mean, I'm not touching that whole boss rush like pantheons. Like I'm not touching that because it's just so demoralizing, like the no checkpoint. I mean, and it's like, it's fine. It's like, it's supposed to be hard and whatever, and it's like whatever, I did it, whatever.
They had to hold off the freaks,
but it's like I don't want to do it.
Yeah. They had to give them something to chew on, dude. Some people beat it first day, man. If only. I wish I was like that, man.
Yeah, first day.
Shit, man. But yeah, I mean, really good bosses, and you've got the Silk Song in this game. Fucking holy cameo. You want to talk about a cameo? Fucking man, she whoops your ass up and down the green path a couple times, and then she whoops your ass all the way from the green path to the Kingdom's Edge. Man, she's fucking a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, in Fallen Order, man, I remember the frogs. The frogs gave me a lot of trouble. There's Octobocto. This is a big frog.
Yeah,
He jumps on you. And his fucking telegraphs are bullshit. They're insane.
Comically,
Comically bad.
Yeah.
He'll glow red, you dodge, and then he's still locked on to you. He's still got your number.
He thinks it's Expedition 33.
Oh man, it's almost like I can't even move, man. And he killed. I played this game. You were saying how you found it difficult. I played this game on the hardest difficulty because I think it pissed me off because it doesn't really. It goes from like Jedi Master, which is like everything is in the center, and then the next mode is like the hardest mode where everything's turned up like a bunch, and it's like, what metric are we even using here? Like I looked up some things on Reddit, like showing the differences in timing and stuff like that, but it was just like, man, I mean, I would have picked the medium hard option if they had given it to me, but they only gave me normal and hard, like and easy. Even though I'm pretty sure there are like 4 difficulties, and it's like, why not?
Yeah.
Why not have the second one be the middle, and then you can have a medium hard and then a hard? Yeah, so I just played it on the hardest difficulty. It wasn't even that bad for most bosses. I'd say it was worse in Survivor. But.
Yeah, I have not I have not done Jedi Fallen Order Grandmaster glitchless.
Yeah,
I've never completed it without skipping the. I skip the Dathomir guy. I skip
Malicos.
Yeah, I skip Malicos. He's hard.
I mean, you jump him though. But yeah, I mean, once you get to Dathomir, you meet my favorite character, probably Marin, the last Night Sister, or supposedly the last Night Sister until Disney changes their mind. She's great. She looks cool. Yeah, she looks cool. It's just kind of like a bait and switch. You think you guys are gonna fight, but then you fight the white guy instead, which, he's all robed up in Dathomir. I mean, what else do you think you're gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, his character, I don't know. The way that the dark side works in Star Wars makes the story more disappointing, I think.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know, his turn about just trying to survive on Dathomir with nothing. He just crashed after Order 66. Mm-hmm. And he's with no backup. It's all right, well, I guess I'm just going to enslave all these people with
my force powers.
Yeah. I don't know if you should do that. I feel like that's probably not a good idea.
Overboard. Yeah, it's not really. It doesn't sound like survival to me. But yeah, I mean, the dark side. I don't even know where to begin with that. It's just it would be a lot more interesting if they just assigned emotions to the dark side instead of assigning morality, because it really limits the types of stories you can tell when it's just good versus evil. And whenever different interpretations of it come up, like with the Gray Jedi, or with Darksiders who may be doing the right thing in the wrong ways or something like that, I invariably see a TikTok. It must be funded by freaking Disney. No, you can't be a good guy and use the dark side. It's just not how it works. This is against the point of Star Wars. I've seen probably a dozen videos like that ever since I started really watching Star Wars. I just think it's kind of silly. I feel like they could lean more into the religious order of the Sith and how, as an institution, they're super evil. And once you join the dark side, you're on their radar, and they want you to do evil with them.
The Acolyte scratches the surface of that, but of course they canceled it right after the Plagueis cameo.
Yeah, Star Wars fans don't really deserve anything. They're lucky they got this. Um, I mean, Respawn, man, like they could be making so much. They could be on Titanfall 6, bro. But no, 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 no. They gotta make these Jedi games, man. You can't even add wall jump when they want, man.
Yeah, it's like, sorry, I'm thinking about like the dark side stuff because I thought of like kind
Yeah.
of a funny thing. It's like the sort of the downfall of the Jedi and like how could their judgment be so clouded? And it's like, well,
Mm.
because of their hubris and like politics, and they were swindled and blah blah blah. But it's also like, well, yeah, and there's also like it's all the Jedi Temple's also like built like
On top of like a dark
on top of like a dark like Coruscant is like a
Monument,
dark
yeah.
side beacon like
They were like, dude,
yeah, I mean the planet made
it's a
them
bit of
dumb.
a fixer-upper.
It's not
a bit of a
there's
fixer-upper.
no political message
but-
here. It's the planet made them dumb.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's just like it really simplifies the story a lot. And I don't know, maybe the third game will do it better. I think the second game did it pretty well, actually.
Do you
but
think that's symptomatic of like Disney Star Wars wanting to sanitize it, or do you think that was a problem in
It
the
was
pre-Disney? Yeah, Lucas, you're right.
people always cite Lucas when they say the dark side was always meant to be ultimate evil. You know.
Well,
And I
you know,
mean,
what does
Disney
he know?
is too wishy-washy to commit to anything. So
I mean, his wife wrote all those movies, the good ones.
she did.
Yeah, the original trilogy, but he got full hands on for the prequels.
Damn, man. What
Behind
a
every
shame,
great
what a
man.
shame. Yeah. Speaking of, I mean, yeah, we've got a lot of sisters in this game you fight. I think those boss fights are definitely the strongest.
Yeah.
Trilla, kind of like the main emotional core of the game. She's just like you. She's just like you.
But if you got tortured,
Yeah, and if Seer was her master, and she abandoned her or something. She gave her up or something. I don't know. She's
no,
like
I
cross
mean-
about it.
it was she left them, and she was like, "Wait here, I'll be back." And then
And
she
did come back.
she came back too late, I guess. Is the problem.
Yeah. Well, yeah, pretty cool boss fights. I mean, you're definitely supposed to sympathize more with her than you are with the other sisters. Like, it's the ninth sister who you cut off her arms, right? Like you cut
And
off.
yeah, she's already
nipples.
missing her foot, like
Yeah.
from like something that happened in like a comic she was in. And it's like you don't really she's kind of a like it's kind of like Darth Vader, like just this mechanical like but also organic, like
Monster.
just
She's a cyborg.
well, not necessarily that like having
Gross.
prosthetics. No, not that's what I'm saying. I guess it's just the
Yeah.
turning like becoming more cold, I guess, literally and like mentally, like because these people all used to be like Jedis, like worshippers of like
The good.
good is the
The good
good.
emotions. You worship.
Yeah.
You're a Jedi. It's a religion where you study on. I mean, it's got a lot of similarities to Stoicism. Something I've looked into a lot and has helped me in my life. So I can understand that. It's like Stoicism versus passion. But passion isn't always bad, and that's really the whole thing with the dark side. It's like, man, you can't vilify passion and anger. Passion and anger are like very powerful forces for good. I mean, you
Look
have
at Andor.
you have Andor. You have Saw Gerrera, who makes an appearance in this game.
Well,
Man, Saw Gerrera would be a dark sider all the way, but man, he's not necessarily evil. Man.
lots of people would disagree. I don't know if I'm one of them
Ah.
though. He's definitely gray. I mean,
I
yeah,
mean, come
he's-
on,
you
man.
can't say he's
What did he do? What did he do?
He's racist against the Geonosians just because they
Okay.
helped build the droids.
Just
in the
because
Clone
they helped
Wars.
destroy the galaxy, okay?
Okay, they were in. They built robots. I mean, what? So the entire species has to go.
Did he actually kill them all, or?
Well, he didn't kill them all, but he was treating one badly.
man.
in an episode of Rebels, and he got Tech
And
killed.
yeah, well,
I mean,
you know,
Tech
was
shouldn't
helping.
have been there. Why was Tech
Yeah,
there?
man. Didn't he tell them to like not be there?
Um,
And they were like,
yeah,
no,
but they
we've
had
got to
to like
save these guys.
they had to like
We've
save
gotta
them,
save these guys.
or like get files on, something.
Yeah, either he sent them there or he told them not to go. But either way, I feel like it was their fault. Yeah, man, he's
Yeah.
got a war to fight. You know, man.
But
this
also,
guy's a
what's
clone.
Saga
Just
doing?
clone him
You
again.
have like Grand Moff
Just clone
Tarkin, a freaking Orson Krennic, etc., all in that room, and you have explosives,
no idea where I am.
and you don't get any of them. You don't get any of them with the explosives.
I mean, I'm pretty sure
get friendly
it's
fire.
a Bad Batch's fault. It's a Bad Batch's fault. But I mean,
yeah, honestly,
just blame the clones.
he wanted to be a hero. He told him to leave, but he wanted to be the hero.
Wanted to be,
so he died.
Yeah, you're doing the Big Hero 6 monologue.
No, I'm doing
I
Stranger
never
Things
asked
season
him
5.
to get in that fire. Ah, man. Yeah, man. Disney reusing plot lines. But, yeah, I think overall the Darksider fights are the best in the game. There are a lot of weird fights that don't even feel like boss battles. Like the ATST fight, I mean, it really feels more like a mini boss.
That's
boss.
definitely a mini boss. I would not consider that a boss battle because you fight multiple of them later.
Yeah, I mean, you also have like just beefed up guys like Agabagdo. They list. I'm seeing the security droid listed as a boss, but I mean, you fight multiple of those guys too.
Yeah, there's like a whole room of them. You fight. Well, I guess they activate like one at a time, but you can be fighting like 20 at once and still come out on top.
This game does have something that Hollow Knight is missing: a giant spider fight against the albino Wishgotic.
Yeah, the legendary
the spider choose its own name.
Animals. Well, I think it's just a normal race rate, but it's white.
Yeah, you got the rabid Jotaz.
And,
that one kind of sucks. That one has really good telegraphs, though. I appreciated that. And then my favorite beast fight, probably Golgra. It's like flying. It's giving you sonic screams. A real banshee.
That's
of a boss fight.
Yeah. I feel like story boss fights and like optional boss fights. I mean, I don't know. I guess
is Golgra optional?
No, Golgra's not. Golgra's a story one. I'm just saying, like they're on a different level, I think. But I also wouldn't call the legendary like fauna. I wouldn't call those mini bosses either. So
yeah, on the required path on Hollow Knight, you only really have to fight like maybe 6 or 7 bosses. You got Hornet 1, you got False Knight at the beginning there. Yeah, you have to fight the Watcher Knights, which I fought really late in my first playthrough. I thought those guys didn't exist. I thought it was just for promotional material.
I think same.
I
think I fought them this year.
Yeah. No, because you got the.
Oh yeah, I know.
So they're like protecting the
Watcher.
Watcher. You fought a lot of the dream bosses last year.
I think I just revisited it recently, but there was no enemies.
Yeah, man. Why'd you do that, man? That guy was just sleeping. He's just sleeping.
Sleeping in my spot.
Get out.
Parentheses, all spots in my spot.
Oh, man. A real Sheldon Cooper here.
Don't be caught lacking.
There's a boss in this game called Chonk. And there's also Sir Trogs.
There's also like Hoop Knight. That's
really
kind of juvenile.
Yeah, you've got the
Dung Defender.
Dung Defender isn't required, but is very important to lore and stuff like that. Man, there are 40 bosses in Hollow Knight. We can't go through every single one, but I'm pretty sure you fought all of them. I can't think of one you missed. You even got to the Hive Knight. There's some DLC bosses you haven't seen, but a lot of those
Yeah, I haven't done
are just
Grim.
beefed up versions. Yeah, Grim is a great fight. I mean, I think overall Hollow Knight has to take the boss battle. I mean, it has more. But I mean, yeah. In terms of
I
difficulty,
agree.
right? In terms of difficulty, I mean, I would almost argue I did have a harder time with Fallen Order, if not just because of the clunkiness and like I would always try to do things I knew the game didn't let me do just because it felt
Yeah,
right. Like I knew, but it didn't feel like I couldn't,
I think Fallen
And so,
Order's hardest difficulty is harder than Hollow
yeah, like the timings are just so strict on some of the bosses. But like with the lightsaber guys, you can tell with like the sound cues and they're swinging it. Yeah, but with like the fauna, it is so random a lot of the time, and I have to mention this again. Octobogdo on Grandmaster difficulty is one of the most cheese bosses I've ever fought in my entire life. I swear, nothing matters. He will always find you. He's always gonna get you. There's nothing you can do. You just have to sit there and take it. You have to get lucky. You just rolling the dice every time.
Knight. You're not
Roll the
even
dice.
free in the sequel. You're not even free in the
He's-
sequel. He'll get you
He's
there
easier
too.
in the sequel. He's easier in the sequel for a lot of reasons.
Yeah,
The
the
perk
dash.
system helps a lot. The dash, the air dash. Oh my, the air dash is such a huge revelation. I almost forgot you can't even air dash in that game. It's like, man, what? Come on, come on. I just, yeah, I especially coming from Respawn, the exploration fine, the movement was pretty disappointing overall for me.
That's fair.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah. Do you have a favorite character in Fallen Order? I mean, I know we didn't make it all the way through the story. I guess we could, kind of trickle it down. I mean, get the
Darth Vader's
Pagano.
my favorite character,
You just run. That's all you do. You just run from him.
but I like him from other things. My favorite character. That's I guess from this game. Honestly, yeah. I mean, Malicos is pretty neat. Trilla's pretty neat. I just kind of like red swords.
Yeah.
Cedar's pretty neat, but when she's holding the red sword, Inquisitor Cal Kestis. I mean, yeah. Basically, they're looking for a holocron that has the names of all the Force-sensitive children in the galaxy.
Pause, bro. Why are they doing that?
Man, don't question Yoda's ways.
Release the Yoda. Release the Jedi list. Release the Jedi file.
Well, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the Jedi list from the White House.
Whatever the Jedi were doing, that was not above board.
The Inquisitorius.
If the Clone Wars didn't happen, there would have been a Me Too type scandal coming out of the Jedi. I'll just say that.
100%, and it would have been justified.
1000%.
Why were they making Ahsoka wear that?
Yeah, and why are they?
That's
too
not
old.
standard procedure.
You know why they don't like getting the older ones? Because they don't listen as well.
They're not as malleable.
Good. Yeah,
they have too many emotions.
Too many independent thoughts. Jedi mind trick them into forgetting the last 2 hours.
All right,
man.
Come on now.
Nah, man. Who knows what they're getting up to in that
They're
temple?
not David Haller.
I don't know, man. I was just thinking.
I mean, I could see Anakin doing some. Well, no, surely not.
I mean, yeah, man. Yeah, I did have a thought about David Haller. I mean, man, he really did become the purple guy, but he became he had his he had his what is it? The purple man. He had his purple man moment. How would I know? How would I know?
Yeah, true. Different purple guy.
Shit. But yeah, I mean, you like the red. Can you narrow it down to your favorite red guy? Maybe the Ninth Sister.
Well, I also think I think a lot of the unseen characters are cool, like the officer who was in charge of the excavation on Zepho. I think her story and like how
Okay.
she just kind of goes crazy in the caves eventually,
Yeah, she
or
loses it.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that story about the family who's like gets murdered by stormtroopers.
Related to them.
Yeah, well, I think Mari was her name. You find Mari as one of the rebels later.
Damn. Yeah, man, she's fighting with Saw Gerrera, man.
Yeah, and on Kashyyyk. Yeah, Saw Gerrera is a pretty cool, Forrest Whitaker's favorite character. Got it.
It's not Cal. Why not? Why not Cal?
I think Cal might be my favorite character because he is more he is a more complex Jedi. I guess I don't want to spoil the second game, but yeah, he is. I mean, he's not 100%. Yeah, I'm a Jedi. He's like not sure of himself if he even. I mean, he's like, well, I guess I got to do this because all the Force. He wants to rebuild the Jedi Order, but eventually he realizes like. What'll happen if they just rebuild the Jedi Order? It's like, well, why would anything be different?
Why would it be different? Why do I have to take care of all these children?
And maybe it'd be better if all these children weren't in one place.
Yeah, I mean, if we just gathered them up,
maybe they should be anonymous. Actually,
yeah, destroy the list. We shouldn't be collecting children. Maybe. Yeah, that's fair enough, and yeah.
Well, yeah, Marin convinces him of that because she has a very similar, like
history.
How all of the Jedi were, massacred. We see General Grievous genocide the Night Sisters during the Clone Wars.
An episode so good, I almost remembered it as like a 2D episode. It's sweet. I mean, not that genocide is cool, but it is a good episode.
Yeah, man, just like seeing Grievous be competent because you're allowed to hurt the morally gray characters.
Finally gets a win.
Yeah, good for him, I reckon.
Good for you. Good for Pat on the back. Pat on the back.
Yeah. So I guess all in all, General Grievous is my favorite character because he uses green and blue lightsabers, and that convinced Marin that the Jedi were responsible for the genocide.
I mean, they kind of were. I mean, they killed their fair share of Night Sisters, but I mean, yeah, she has good reasons not to like or trust the Jedi or any other order like that. And for that reason, I think she's my favorite character. She's got the leather pants, and a cool jacket.
I think I might agree.
Yeah, and she helps you out in the hardest
really
boss fight. After I thought I would have to fight her. I didn't want to kill her. So when I found out we were gonna kill the white guy together, I was like, oh, well, maybe you're all right. Maybe you can get on the ship with us. And yeah,
I was so surprised.
Companion.
Yeah. I was glad they actually. I assumed she would just stay there for no goddamn reason, and I would say that's stupid. But no, they let her come with you.
Yeah, and in the second game, she's also great in that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd settle for Marin there.
I think Marin's a good choice, but Grease, Sears, I think they're all great. I think that's it's hard to pick a favorite because they're all
one of the strengths. Yeah, acting is very solid in this game. It's all mocapped.
I don't want to hear anyone be complaining about Sears' actress. She does a good job.
We'll strike you down.
But they'll become more powerful.
Ugh.
I mean, but like not the way I'll do it. Powerful in what sense? Because
I'm gonna hit him with the Legion.
What can Ghosts
the nuclear blast? Man, that's the type of outrage I have right now, man. Don't make me come out there. I will melt you. Literally.
So to become a Force Ghost, which when you become a Force Ghost, you can like cause lightning strikes and you can like catch stuff. I mean, what else can you do as a Force Ghost? But like, do you have to be like the type of person who wouldn't do that?
Yeah. You have to be a light sider. You can't that's the whole reason why. Like, the irony of Palpatine is that he's searching for eternal life when all he has to do is be a solid bloke. You get eternal life. But he's like, fuck that. I'm not doing that. I'm not fucking doing it.
Yeah.
So he tries all this different shit, time travel and clones and daughters and granddaughters and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's all very convoluted when you really, man, you could just be a blue guy. It seems kind of nice. I don't know. Do
Yeah.
they get to eat?
I don't know what they do. I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Like, how much power do they have? Because like the
Well,
only time we ever
is
see them
eating a
move
power?
something is in Rise of Skywalker when Luke Skywalker catches a lightsaber. But we also
Right.
see like Yoda cause a lightning strike.
Right.
But it's like maybe but like, are they part of the living? Like, I guess they are part of the living force. Wait, no.
Maybe
If
you
their
have
force
to like
goes,
submit a request to the Force.
everyone
It
else
takes
who
like
dies
2 to
is
3
part of the
business
living
days.
force.
Yeah,
Like the force
but they're
ghosts
not strong
are
enough
separate.
they're not strong enough to have their own identity. I think is the difference.
Oh, right, yeah. Qui-Gon Jinn explained it in like season 6.
Yeah, something like you have to like focus. I mean, I'm sure you probably just fade into the living force, and then when you want to lock in, you'll have to materialize or something.
Yeah,
But
there's
yeah,
probably hard rules.
in contrast, there's no legacy media surrounding Hollow Knight, and the story is it's all very. You have to piece it all together, even after playing the entire game.
Mhm.
Uh, it's like you got to look up the moss bags, you got to get on the wikis, the Reddits, asking questions. And there's still a lot of room for theories. So even though we may say certain things like with confidence, there's still a lot of room in the lore for it to be changed. But yeah, uh, in terms of story, I mean, yeah, the characters you meet along the way in Hollow Knight are similarly tragic. You've got Mila, the little miner. You
Excuse me.
know, she's a miner who succumbs to the infection in the early Crystal Peak. She sings a nice song. And eventually, once you go back to her, if you've progressed the game enough, she'll attack you.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, the Radiant's got her, man.
That's sad.
Why am I actually sad? But yeah.
'Cause it's sad.
And then there's Quirrell right now. There's Quirrell as well. He's a bug who he took off his mask and left the kingdom, so he forgot everything. But he was a disciple of Munamon, the teacher. So yeah, he brings back Munamon's mask to allow you to enter her dreams and murder her. R.I.P. Yeah, I think the central story is really strong. So, I mean, just from a lore standpoint, jumping, it's like, so the Pale King, the old monarch of this, he calls it a kingdom. It's a hole in the ground, whatever. Yeah, he wants his kingdom to last forever. He like crawls from very far away and dies. And once he dies, like his heart or something, a piece of him lives on as the Pale King. He creates a kingdom, has a battle of Blackworm. Everything's going pretty good. He's got his knights, he's got his order. He's given people, not to say free will, but what he does is he grants bugs higher thought. So, he basically gives everybody a job. It's not necessarily a capitalist system, but nobody really has an identity. He raises bugs from their wild state of being into being more like people. You walk around and talk. But he's not the only way you can do that in Deepness. There's the Mask Maker, which is another way to. If you get a mask from a mask maker, you can have an identity via that.
Can you imbue sentience onto another?
If you're the Pale King, yeah.
But if you have a mask and you hand it to someone.
If you have an extra, probably.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'd always get an extra. I'd make some sort of sentient like slave.
Well, you can't force a mask onto somebody. Damn
it.
Yeah, the special thing about the Pale King is that his pale light is sort of the thing that allows bugs to, exist in this way. But there was already a sort of godlike being in this world, and they're the Radiants, and they were the one. They just really enjoy bugs being wild, man, and just eating each other. And I don't know what they like about that, but yeah, man, it was
What's
probably
not to like?
It's not to like. It's just nature, bro. This is You gave everybody jobs. He was pissed about that. Um, so yeah, I started plotting. Uh,
Hater.
how the infection comes about, I think, just sort of starts sowing the doubt of the king into Bug's minds or something like that. Um, but yeah, the Pale King, he has no idea what to do. This infection, it's gross, it's orange. It's making people like these weird zombies who don't want to go to work. And he just has no idea what to do. So, yeah, he goes to his wife and they have a bunch of kids. And that's who you play as. He has a bunch of kids and he lays the egg in the primordial ooze underneath everything. This weird substance called void is down in the abyss, and they just let it infect their eggs in order to get one being who's so pale and so empty and powerful enough, hopefully, to contain the radiance and stop the infection. He gets his
Disgusting.
volunteers. He cheats on his wife. Has another kid, the Silk Song Hornet. And yeah, yeah, that's kind of where the game starts. Yeah. One of the more interesting things about it is the game is called the Hollow Knight, but you are not the Hollow Knight. One of the
What?
only story cutscenes shows the Hollow Knight being chosen. You're kind of just crawling up the abyss. I've been, yeah, you're crawling up the abyss, and music swells, and you see all of your siblings falling from a very great distance. Were they being kicked? Did they just fall? Who knows? But once you get there, the Hollow Knight has already been chosen, and yeah, you're abandoned in the abyss for an unknown period of time until you escape through one of the many cracks and start your journey. Even though you probably do lose your memory because you left the kingdom and the Pale King's Light, but you know, yeah. I say all that to say I think the first time I played the game, Hornet was maybe my favorite character just because she talked. Cornifer's really fun. He has a song. He facilitates one of the better mechanics in the game with the exploring, the map system, which is pretty unique as far as games I've played. But yeah, the knight and his or their journey is it's really interesting. I feel like the game has themes of breaking cycles and you know uh, persevering through all that the world throws at you and yeah, I don't know. It's just vague enough to project yourself on, but it's specific enough that I can't imagine that everybody can project themselves onto it. Um, hmm. You know,
I don't
like
think
the
Elon Musk is playing and beating this game.
Yeah, no, he probably set up a bot to do it for him. Yeah, it's like huh. Yeah, there's something to be said there with the royalty point, but like the Hollow Knight, this like being who's supposed to have no feelings, no emotions, and his folly is that he does. His folly is that he loves his family and has a sense of duty towards them, and eventually he comes
Okay.
to kind of hate himself and his failure or their failure. He's not supposed to have a gender, but and trying to literally cut the infection out of themselves in this boss fight. It was a super affecting moment for me, and you might see that like 100 times in your fight against the Radiance, but I don't know. I think it still works. Like he never forgets his true goal. And another thing I like about the knight, really love about the knight, is that he can only really listen. Since he can't talk, every time you meet a new NPC or return to an existing one, you really just have to, go up, walk up, and it says either listen or challenge, which I think is pretty indicative of like how good the Ludo narrative is in this game. I've never seen friend or foe, you know, um, conveyed in such a way. Um, but yeah, all that preamble just to say, I think, yeah, the Knight's probably the strongest character, even though it's a character that's not supposed to have a character. Um, I don't know, it's just something about those eyes, something about those eyes.
For me, it's got to be the shopkeeper lady, Abanada.
Yeah, she kind of bad though.
She kind of, let's just say I don't want to Abanada.
Shit, we're trying to see what that Baba Nada does. I don't
Baba
know.
Nada.
Shit. Yeah, man, she's married, but her husband's always away or he's sleeping. I mean, come on.
Well, I like to imagine myself
corny.
as her husband.
She even calls him corny. I mean, yeah, I guess you could be Cornifer if you want.
Yeah, I'm Cornifer in my mind.
I mean, you wouldn't pick Cornifer for, somehow, locking that down?
What? No.
No.
I mean, I don't know. His maps, I mean, you say they're all that unique, but I mean, come on.
I think the mechanic is unique.
You ever played Resident Evil?
Nah. I mean, I played RE4.
You ever played Batman Arkham Asylum?
Yeah, you don't have to fill it. You don't like. The thing is, like, it's a diegetic thing. If you filling in the map,
you gotta pick up the maps in Batman Arkham Asylum.
I don't remember picking up maps, but
Riddler maps. You gotta pick them up.
I didn't do any of those. I didn't do any of those.
All right.
What would I do with Riddler? Fucking yeah.
So you can see the map. All right, it's fine.
Yeah, probably my least favorite thing about Fallen Order. A few of the puzzles, like there's that ballroom. I was in there. For
I like the
hour.
puzzles. I like the puzzles. To be honest.
Yeah, there was like a secret outside of the ballroom that I didn't like, but I'm pretty sure it's just because I was frustrated with the ballroom.
Easter
egg. Yeah,
or
something like that.
Like the little like.
You get like an upgrade.
Oh, okay. No, I was thinking of the little like hidden Yoda, like not sprite. It's like a polygonal mass
like model,
that vaguely Yoda shaped.
Oh,
but
I don't think I would have noticed that.
It's hidden inside like a cage out of bounds. You gotta. I mean, it's not out of bounds, but like you can get there, but you're not supposed to.
True.
You can get the camera there pretty easily.
True.
All right, man. Whatever.
This is a Rick and Morty reference. It's only the intelligent will understand.
Yeah, I haven't even watched that.
Shit, man. Yeah, it's impossible for me to rank. I would give Hollow Knight favorite game of all time out of 10. I don't know. I don't know. I'll give Fallen Order like a 6-7 out of 10. Just because it's like, Survivor really improves on the gameplay. I think there are certain things Survivor does worse. I think the exploration in Survivor is worse, just because they rely on one planet. When I really liked having, the 5. I keep getting Zepho and Kashyyyk mixed up, but yeah, Kashyyyk, Zepho, Bogano, Dathomir, they all feel different, and there's also the final level.
Fortress Inquisitorius, and also Ilum.
Ilum. No, you can't forget about Ilum. Ilum's very fun.
And you're very briefly on
Bracca. Yeah. You can't go back to Bracca, can you?
No, it's just that, like, single walkway. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so,
the train.
How would you rank this? Anything that you think we forgot to mention?
When trying to think of like flaws in Hollow Knight, I don't know. I struggle, I guess.
The pacing. Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I don't think it's trying to be that kind of game, though. Like,
right.
I think. I mean, I don't know. I guess I mean, when I assume everything is intentional, that doesn't remove criticism because I can disagree with intentions. But I mean, I don't know.
They got you by the balls with auteur theory.
They seem to know what they seem to know what gamers want. What the pretentious gamers want, and I think they might be onto something.
Right. So I mean, struggling to find flaws. I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say like
some of the bosses are bad, like Nosk. Nosk is kind of bad. Probably the only I don't like God Tamer, but that's only in the context of the Pantheons. Like the Pantheons are really difficult. Like some of the game content can be prohibitively difficult. But that's they just don't care if you see it or not. So I mean, is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So put a number on a masterpiece.
Man, I don't know. Like, it's at least a 9. But I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'll give it a 10. Because I guess some games have to be 10s, right? They can't all be 9s.
Can't all be 9s. That's what we used to say back in Cali.
Ain't that truth?
Ain't that the truth?
Ain't that truth?
What about the Fallen Order?
I don't know. I really like it. I don't know. I'm thinking 8, but
I can see that.
It's at least a 7, but I'm thinking 8.
Wow. What do you think the strengths are? Just to wrap it up a little bit.
I guess the world of the exploration, the story, the
acting,
the secrets, enemies.
Yeah, the secret stories, the tragedies.
Yeah, I like to read about like random rebels who are like, "Oh man, I can't wait to fight the Empire," and then a spider just stabs them through the heart. It's like, man, should have gone to a different planet. I don't know. Yeah, the Wookiees can free themselves.
I don't know if that's true, but
yeah, it's probably not true. Probably should help them out, even at the cost of your own life. But what are we doing? Why aren't we risking our lives to help people who need help?
Hey man, like I said, man, I go out there, man. I'm not playing with these people.
Hey Herschel, man, let me ask you something. Let me tell you something, man.
Well, so is Cal. He's a hero.
Yeah.
He's a hero.
That's not how it works.
He's a hero.
He was a hero.
Soldiers kill a lot of people. This is just one.
That's the difference. I was in uniform. So you were in a costume? Sorry, you haven't watched the new Fallout. Anyway, thank you everybody for listening, and
thank you.
We'll catch you on the skibbity flip.